I'm smoking out. Oh my god. Smork. Ah.
We're here. We're live.
We are. We're so live right now. Are we actually? We're so live right now. Just forgotten. I bet actually. We're so live right now.
No, we are live. I see I see your beautiful face on stream. So it must be us here again at another Guilty Gear Strive Salty EU bracket, top 8 only this time, because I's busy man, school teacher and head stomper. We respect it out here.
And I forgot the team part. I was like, what? It's not live, and I realized I only searched Salty EU, not Team Salty EU. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's like another Salty EU out there or something. It's a very generic name, so you gotta like add the team Salty EU _ right, every little gimmick.
That's true. Alright, so let's have a look. Ooh, well, that's a classic PataChu Amanita. But first up, Cuenca Scarfed. Chipp EVO Japan winning character.
True. No more downplaying, I hope.
Should get nerfed, if anything.
Truly. This one's a fun one because both characters, their own very interesting brand of mix-ups. Chipp, of course, coming more from a stagger angle. Of course, had some of the more devious overheads and blows to set up for, but I know with her triangle dash is default stand block, you know? It's a vibe. It's like you're playing Tekken.
Yeah, and I think the hover dash has kind of always been a bit awkward against Chipp. So we'll see how it handles here. And of course, you know, Den now has to deal with Chipp on a rope.
Yeah, Chipp on a rope doing actual, like, real Guilty Gear Strive character damage. Like, look at that. That is comparable with the rest of the cast. Thank goodness for, of all the characters to get a new move and not forgotten, Chipp is one of them.
Leo's moved somewhere, I believe. It's somewhere out there. I'll find it.
In that other server they didn't have.
Oh my.
Oh wow, half health? Word, and it keeps going? Wall splat? Oh my goodness, and a hop off just giving enough meter for the super to get that wall break, that hard knockdown, and now starting to threaten Cuenca here to start using that burst unless they want to keep holding this damage.
Oh, that route was disgusting from Scarf. That was playing around that burst the entire time. Resource aware gaming coming out from Scarf to kick things off. It's been quite an interesting bracket to see so far. Couple of names that you expect to see. A couple of them streaming their runs as well. I know Tatami and Scatter are both streaming their runs. I think Vlink is as well. Speaking of Vlink in the chat. So what's up?
I always thought it was Vlink. I don't know why, but
oh, it could be Vlink. I just see it as Vlink, but
fair.
I also see PataChu as Preacher, so we know that I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted. Ben, hallelujah.
What you kind of do, right? You put, oh my goodness, just big old palm strike, splat against the wall. So soon though.
It's Blink. I see. Blink. See, now I know, because now when you get top 8, then we can get your tag correct. Look at that. That's market research.
This is all prelude for the big old major in the end of the month. Head Stomper, we'll get all your names right. Trust.
Brussels this weekend as well, so you might see a couple of these names that are in this bracket that might pop up.
Hopefully, there's points on the line for Brussels, I believe.
Yeah, we are now beautifully in offline season. We were Japan kicking things off, and now we are getting into the string of EU events coming around. It's going to be sick.
Absolutely. Wow, nice YRC immediately challenging, crossing up to the other side, catching Scarf a little unprepared. Just like that, taking a round from the clutches of defeat. Very nicely done there by Cuenca.
Not to expect actually going to work. Ooh, palms on 6p.
Ooh! That was a really brave press. Could have, you know, slightly off, and you would have just eaten a big old 6HS counter hit.
Fracture's gonna go. And avoids the projectiles as well. No cheeky command grabs here. Flumps. Oh! Up to low. Run it back. Oh, Zoobs for the damage. Back to mid-screen we go as well.
Does it have to kill maybe? Ooh, not enough, but still has that rope set up. Yeah, drop the gold burst. I don't want to hold any of this mix-ups you got planned.
As long as the wall stick happens at the end of this combo.
Goodness.
Calva Koenka should be able to tie it up.
Yeah, clutch's Funk wall break. I mean, even then, right, if it didn't splat and it just tumbled back down to the ground, you're still in a tough spot. I mean, sure, Chipp has that DP, but surely there's a DP safe Oki approach there for Aino. There must be.
Possibly. I'm interested to see if she does. Sometimes we want the more awkward ones.
Yeah, or you just
Mad
have to go
love.
for the hard bait, right? Like fake the overhead.
Oh yeah, I see it. I'm starting to see a vision. I like it. Blessed by God.
Only brutal, brutally coming. They're just trading the real estate at the moment, but Scarf here trying to find an opening. It's going to be a big life deficit that he has to crank out from here. Aggressive burst from Cuenca, wants to keep Scarf in this corner, but unfortunately the HCL not quite hitting the mark, opening up an opportunity here for Scarf to take him all the way to the other side of the screen, and a blinding mix-up to follow.
And now we just go back all the way to the other corner. It's crazy. Oh my days. Empty mids.
Come to find out that Scarf is a real estate agency. Like, look, in this side of the room we have this wall, and then if you follow me to this other side, right? Very spacious room we have here.
Modern architecture. It's like, look at this beige wall. Yes. Now look at this other beige wall.
What's this beige? Wouldn't you say?
Oh!
Oh, no punish though.
In time though.
Oh wow, good. Trying to back away, and I guess there it is, the DP safe Oki. Finally cracking open their Scarf for the final hit, bringing it down to a final round situation.
I kind of like that DP though. It's such a low deficit, and the burst came back anyway for the last round.
Yeah.
Why not just go, well, this one might go big crazy, because you gotta anticipate a jump cancel on the burst bait in that scenario. And just like that, Cuenca, a huge opportunity to go 2-1 up, and will do off the challenge from that dasher button there. Oos.
Very nicely done indeed. I mean, it's a hard thing to rise above your base instincts, right? To have your DP baited, preparing to hold a massive punch, and you think, you know what? I'd rather not. I'm gonna burst, and people reading into that frustration and preparing their burst bait as a response to that. So we need to rise above. We need to rise above. Sometimes when you mess up, just gotta hold that.
Exactly. See what kind of reaction Scarf goes for here. Scarf, of course, a very well, I was about to say solid, but extremely well focused footsies based chip that can blow up people on the ground. But it's been more the aggressor, I feel like, in this so far. Being able to get the rope out a lot. But that's the Scarf that you kind of expect, right? Wait for the moment and then go in.
Absolutely, yeah. Just shimmying back and forth, really utilizing the bonuses of the hitbox, right? Able to quickly shift your movement from forward to back in a much faster pace than the stick ever could, making him a very dexterous chip player.
Alright, burst now gone from Cuenca, but the 6P denies what Cuenca was cooking there, trying to push Scarf to the corner instead. Hold on, wait a minute.
Chased out after the drop, not really functioning, put himself into the corner, trading air to air, and Cuenca is going to be winning out this race for the trades. Now just setting up, and the burst bait to match. Look at that. Cuenca finally on that set point here against Scarf, though. Still a chance, right? Both players relatively equal on their burst gauge, and a round apiece means that Scarf has a good shot of bringing this down to a final game situation.
Scarf push pressure off the Mad Love, does eventually find the connection to the corner we go. Little soft reset, and I like that check with the 5k that Cuenca did, just to make sure Scarf ain't fuzzy jumping out of the corner.
Nice, yeah. Keep the overhead save. Stagger pressure, find a couple openings, but nothing yet to find a conversion. Both players going for wild haymakers here, trying to find a beautiful opening on the other. So far, we see the patience here from Scarf. Quick challenge, and immediately the challenge back from Cuenca. Neither player wants to hold each other's pressure for an extended period.
Best come back in time? I don't think it does. And Cuenca takes it 3-1 and moves on to winners final. Well, Spain gonna look like a scary region. We talked about the offlines just before the set started, and with players like Cuenca, like Andros, Spain's looking spooky, fam.
Absolutely, and I think it extends a bit beyond just the country, right? Like each country usually has their own groups, right? You got Frisia in Spain. You got the I never know how to pronounce their tag, but the group that PataChu usually associates with. Having that dedicated community within your country to really just focus on the grind, participate in these big EU brackets, right? To sit down there and analyze and talk amongst each other. What is our best chance to come and absolutely flood the scene in Europe and really show what our people are capable of?
Yes. NSXC, I think, is what you're thinking of, but it could be also Vice, because PataChu being picked up by Vice, and also picked up another Sin recently in the form of Revill, I believe, if I was not mistaken, on Twitter. So a lot of players that you'll end up seeing with that Vice tag, kind of trying to pick up the pieces of what New had did. I lost my run to this gun. It's crazy.
Oh, it's a smart move by an esports org to see, like, all right, we need to pick up some players for this season. Let us consult the tier list. All right, Sin, top tier. All right, who represents this character? Oh, they're free agents. Awesome. Send them the email.
Stay last. Yeah, Vice, I think, are probably gonna look to do stuff that Newed used to do, of course, try and run some brackets and things like that. So definitely something to keep an eye on the Twitter blue sky landscape for upcoming EU events and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a big benefit. I don't know how the landscape is over at NNA, but like in EU, there's an abundance of events across all sorts of skill levels. So there isn't for a lack of playgrounds for you to simply pick up and involve inside of Strive.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you got your TNSs. There's Paragon Online as well. FlyQuest, one over that rotates around back to Strive, things like that. So there's options there. But now we get a classic SaltyEU matchup. PataChu Amanita.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen Amanita, but as always, when she does show up, really making the Millia an absolute credible threat in spite of what people believe. But so far, PataChu not really giving her a chance to show off what this character could do, just hungrily chasing her down in the air even to go for those air throws. Just making sure to keep it down, but a beautiful step through the peak driver and the aggressive burst to follow. Just wants to make sure that she doesn't get started at all, because it is a momentum snowball that Millia can set up on you if you're not ready.
Very much so. So risk comes from, all it takes is PataChu finding a lot less tags than before. Oh my days, tried to go deep into layer 7 and PataChu answering with the 2D.
Unfortunately for PataChu there, Amanita able to give him the slip, avoiding that air throw, and now we see the stagger pressure coming out. Finding that take throw, sets up with the RC to find the finishing damage in the first round, in spite of how catastrophic that opening was, goes to Amanita.
Something cheeky, dash up process, maybe dash up throw, ain't gonna work out. PataChu gets the wall break, starts that resource game ticking for him. It's always a plus for PataChu. It's very rare to see him have a lack of resources. It's tire and barrel, nice and clean, keeping it simple. Ties around with one apiece.
You give PataChu just a little bit of that space to start setting up the pressure, and he really just runs you over.
Yeah, All it takes is for him to just find one hit, and off that hit, he's always capable of finding a wall break off it, so then get positive, and then start the ball rolling.
Certainly. And now he really needs to get the ball rolling, already quite heavily on the HP back foot. Had to use the burst out, able to prompt the burst from Amanita just before the wall breaks, so sadly you're not going to get that positive meter bonus. However, Amanita, again, finds a knockdown. BRC finds a 2P, able to get a delayed pickup thanks to the slowdown, and just like that, first game in favor of Amanita.
Yeah, 2P was kind of cracked, not gonna lie. PataChu probably saw that the BRC looked a little bit fake and thought, I could probably challenge off this mix. It doesn't look like it's the usual high-low BRC shenanigans.
Yeah.
Thought I can sneak something in here. Millia shutting that down straight up. Amanita, 1-0 up.
I think these are those things that start getting these really high-level players is they have a lot of situations in the back of their mind that they're looking out for, right? Trying to find and recognize. And when something doesn't quite fit like a very specific scenario they have in mind, it's when you usually find them getting opened up.
Ooh. Kind of hit linkage. I love the time on the burst as well that came out from Amanita. Denies the positive, and now PataChu's stuck in this awkward spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Not able to finish the combo off, but still stuck in the corner. We see the challenge from PataChu, but Amanita not deterred. Immediately fights her way back in there. Gets the wall break, no hard knockdown. PataChu with the burst back available. Has a few resources to his name, but just like that, the hair car setting up for the mix-up. After that, the opening. And Amanita just keeping the momentum up, right? Another round to her name.
Yeah, overdrive just to be certain. PataChu could have maybe burst and used that tension advantage to steal away the round. Just opts not to risk it at all. Doesn't want to play that game. Gets the throw here. He's looking to bait out a reversal.
Perhaps.
That's what we'll say. We'll give benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to air dash that way.
But there's a lot of doubt.
It's a lot of doubt because this is hurting. Ooh, wow, they're very far-reaching normal there. So immediately the YRC from Amanita doesn't want to give PataChu, again, a bit of momentum, getting that low crush. No, burst response.
That was definitely the correct way to do it. The super part of Stitious is now gone. We are just simply Stitious. 2P checks so much so far in this set already. Oh my days!
Big
No fast fall.
Yeah, big old hitbox waiting for you to just slam your head in their face first, but here we go, Amanita once again starting it off nice and quick. Good block on the fast fall side swap there.
There's probably only 2 players that would ever look out for that in that situation. That's PataChu and Tiger Pop, because they're so used to it. Trial by fire type deal.
Certainly, again, those millions of situations in the back of their mind. Ooh, nah, that's crazy.
Nice, just shut the stream down. It's okay, we can move on.
Yeah, we peaked for this evening.
Send the prize pool to PataChu. #1 Rift player.
Holy moly.
We just danced on skeletons. 1 apiece.
It's important that Amanita doesn't get shooketh by what she just witnessed, right? Getting your H-Disc Oki thrown out like that. Let's not lose face just yet.
Pivotal game 3 coming up. Let's see what kind of starts these players want to go for.
And still, ooh, a bit choppy. Alright, I think it might be just my end. Both players seem to be moving along just fine here. Both already having expended their burst. We see the 5P anti-air attempt, but it's a little too slippery, but denial there.
It's so good. Has he got the best Afro game in Strive at the moment? Low key?
Certainly, I definitely believe that air throw in Strive has overall been relatively unexplored, so I think it's very cool to see it come back, especially a lot of these high-level players starting to figure out opportunities where, okay, 6P might not work here just right, but yo, let's say I can get like 3 to 6 frame startup of jump and air throw, I got them.
Yeah, I think people just got so used to how strong 60s were. So they... It's like, why should I need to explore? Even for some characters, you know, speaking of, like Millia, sometimes it's better just to go for the close edge. You get so much more of a bigger reward.
Oh, certainly.
Ooh. Stomped on the Louis Vuitton stilettos. Tyrant barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, Amanita not pressed right onto that burst. Doesn't see a need to do so yet because round lead does let you fight for one final round here to take the lead in the set yet again. Or is it going to be PataChu this time? Just steamrolling, seeing that the red RC explosion does not connect, leading to the final conclusion that it was a burst. However, PataChu with the hard without the hard knockdown, has next to no resources. A chance here for Amanita before that 50 tension ticks over and the stamina bar is fully regened.
It might actually be the small blessing in disguise. Because it meant PataChu wouldn't be able to go for Tyrant Barrel to end. So the damage just wasn't quite there to close out the round.
Right.
Ooh! Release. Stop that. Do it again. Oh no. Gapel to try and avoid. The baddest of moons, no eclipse. One mix. Oh my days! What mix?
Sometimes
There is no mix.
Sometimes you just gotta send it. So, you know, why not? Just check it out. You still have another game ahead of you. If this works, sweet. You take the lead in the set. If it doesn't, sure, we go one more. Have you ever played Guilty Gear Strive with your life on the line?
That is insane. That's insane. PataChu 2-1 up now. Denied the comeback. Can the Sin close it out, or do we get a game 5 here in winner semis? Tandem top, throw to start things off. This is where Amanita starts cooking. Fadeaway JH blocking the burst early on.
Yeah, it's a very smart bait there. It's a very risky situation to put yourself in the corner that early, and a lot of players will see an opportunity to aggressively burst, but my goodness, the pressure is just so safe twice. But now we have the bait on the burst and the DP, and we clean out a very nicely done round there by Amanita.
KFC Enders. Chicken Wing. Oh, a miss. Connects. Oh, commit to the grab and the backdash. Deals with that situation correctly.
Your fighting game fundamentals, the fuzzies, the double fast fall. Catches PataChu blinking, and now we're going to go for a lot of damage. Drops out of the combo, possibly looking for a burst response from PataChu, because situation a little dire here, so the bravery of PataChu to not use that burst, and already we see the momentum coming out. Throw with frame kill, a classic.
Oh my days. We hitting the raves with that damage.
Yeah, that's that new commander type gear, you know?
That bad moon hitbox was hilarious with the 6p, can't lie. Closest counter hit, burst now popped on the side of PataChu. For the Elkhorn, makes sense to do with the tandem top, but the bad moon is going to connect. Amanita in a great spot, positive bonus, full burst.
Had a bold choice there for PataChu to go for the 6p. Unfortunately, not going to be working out yet. Lets the overdrive rip, and yeah, PataChu, without being anywhere near to his burst resource, is going to have to go to a final game situation against Amanita.
Hey, straight up that classic matchup that we get to see. Goes the distance in winners semis. Winner is facing off against Kuenka, getting that guaranteed top 3 spot. Chat, make sure you're claiming Matcherino codes, !Matcherino. 40 codes left to go. Let's get them all claimed up just in time, because Scatter hitting us with the raid. Much appreciated.
Welcome, welcome.
Let's keep the run. Hey, we got the knife. The Scatter's getting closer and closer. The grind is starting to pay off.
Certainly. Ooh, beak driver, yeah, just doesn't want to hold that. Instantly going for the burst. Trying to mix up thanks to the disc, swapping off the other side. Interesting Capel extension there, but PataChu's seen enough to try and EP out But just the spacing from Amanita, the positioning, the movement. Put him right back into the corner.
Ooh! Days. Deja vu on dealing with Hawk Baker once more. Set point for the Millia. The IBFD to try and deal with the card crush from the Elkun. Empty stamina. It's not gonna matter for PataChu. Feels attention just in time to dish a ton of damage out with the Tyrant Barrel hard knockdown. Looking for the tag challenge on the stomp though. Hold up.
Crazy work at hand here though. PataChu with the resources back on the table, currently trying to be a little bit patient, but the longer you let this run, right, the sooner you're gonna have to let that burst rip. Definitely wants to hold it down for the final round potentially, but can't be too greedy. Oh my goodness, never mind, greed is good. Smork, we get the air throw.
Book face. Take trade. Nope. Oh my days, 6Ps ain't gonna work out. Capel. Oh my god, the air throw. Run up. Two stomp. Ain't gonna connect. Eventually does get tagged up. Pots the burst just before the Tyrant Barrel. In time to deny. But PataChu still yet again. Who stomp RC?
Well, that's some of that safe. Okay, we see the jump out attempt, but immediately the positioning back there from PataChu to be ready to see if Amanita would air dash out, but unfortunately it's put straight into the mix-up strings. DP yet again, but it is baited. The burst is coming back on the table, though the wall splat is active. Winger coming out. Is it enough to kill, or we're gonna have one more knockdown situation on a pixel health? PataChu with a chance here. The burst can be used, but oh, it lands.
Oh my god, the gold burst actually connect. Oh my days, the Hawk Maker through the tandem top. Hoof stomp blocked PataChu. 50 tension and a dream, and just finds its mark with the Elkun. PataChu takes it with a sliver of health. 3-2 moves on to winners finals.
Man, a couple frames difference, and that was Amanita gone from that attack, but just clipped her by the toes. And that is going to be Amanita going down to the loser side. So not the end of what we've seen from her just yet. So there is a second chance, right? She'll be waiting for the winner between Revill versus raginghunter, which we'll be having on stream next, to try and work her way back to potentially a rematch against PataChu. We will see. But PataChu now going to face off against, or later, sorry, going to face off against Cuenca in that winners finals.
Let's find out. Of course, chat, make sure we are claiming Matcherino codes, !Matcherino in the chat. Make sure we are claiming them up. 38 of them gone. Let's get them all started. There's been how many players in this bracket today? Let me just check. Hold on. Let me do the scrolling if challenge lets me. 79 players here today. Beautiful, beautiful turnout. And I think that's kind of expected. We're now reaching the point where the players are looking to lock, get that grind in. Brussels this weekend. Head Stomper, of course. End of the month. ! Head Stomper. Get the details there. Mix up. Hessen Crash. Crossover versus fighting. So many different offlines that we're now starting to get. And of course, gold events as well. Trying to get them Arc World Tour points.
Absolutely. Another shot, especially, cool announcement. It's going to be in South Korea, the finals. That was not on my bingo card.
This is I've spoken to this with a couple commentators, but we'll let the chat in as well. This is the EU opportunity to finally get on the damn mic. World Tour finals. You don't understand the struggle when all these tours end in NA. You can't compete as EU because they're like, well, we can just pay for something quite cheap.
Yeah.
And like for EU, it's going to cost like $1,000 plus easily. But now the playing field's evened a little.
There might be a good shot indeed. For now, we got to make sure that not only the EU commentator rep is there, but also just the EU player rep, and that's what they're going to be practicing out here, right? The stomping grounds to prepare for all these events coming up, such as PataChu's teammate from Vice, Revill, facing off against Raging Hunter.
And I'll be damned if I don't get to meet my biases from K-pop groups. I'll be damned. Dice K won't stop me.
Our cops restrain him.
I swear to God, if like something like ITZY plays at the World Tour Finals, it's over for me. I'll see me at my funeral. Pure bliss. Oh my days, speaking of bliss. That who stomp is. Okay. Like we mentioned earlier, Revill, of course, also getting picked up by the Vice team.
Yep. Good to see them paying attention to the meta and the quality players behind it, right? Shin on top. All right, cool. Who's not playing Shin? PataChu, Revill? Absolutely. And look at them just put on a performance here. And already just the beauty of the game being shown here. Both these players, I was about to say, play the same character but differently, but there's the air throw. So a bit of tech sharing going on between the teammates, perhaps?
Possibly. Maybe. Should be sick to see Revill. Will most likely attend OTB, the Italian major, but hopefully we get to see travel.
Certainly.
A bit more.
I think with a sponsor pickup like that, shouldn't be too difficult. You know, EU, a lot of different countries, a lot of different cultures, but travel not amongst the difficult thing to pull off here.
Oh man, something's getting churned. The server hamster, please.
Please speed up.
Run faster. Oh my! You know what? Slow down.
You need a bit more time. Oh my god, just flying right over, back of the head, watch your dome. Raging Hunter now with a significant life lead. Just playing the slow game, says, yeah, come on, approach. Unfortunately, you do have to be ready to stuff that approach. Ooh. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Playing the tension game beautifully there. Skills on the advantage. Probably tried to get a bit cheeky there, but big driver shutting that down. Fair checks with the JK. Little bit scrambly towards the end, and that's going to go in the favor of Raging Hunter with the life.
Oh, very nice poke there with the beak drive, and immediately using all the stamina to get the extended pickup. Unfortunately, not going to build enough meter for that hard knockdown, but still, wall break, positive meter bonus, and half of Raging Hunter's health is gone.
I can at least got those JP guts, so it might take a little. But then on the flip side, you've got Shin with meter. So
Shin with meter, Shin with stamina. Still finding a couple openings. PRC, unfortunately 6P not able to connect against Raging Hunter. However, bar slash to the face. So healthy for Raging Hunter to try and close out this game, but the run up 2K is going to bring it to a final round situation.
Baiken JH, low key, sneaky good.
Certainly.
People talk about JS and stuff, but that JH just ignoring 6P completely in that regard.
Upper body involved, but those knees exposed as ever.
100 years ago, that might be too late. Oh, relax, chill, check the mats first.
Look to the mat. Schedule your appointment.
You're trying to go bed, bath, and beyond, because Raging Hunter ties it up one apiece.
I like this difference in Raging Hunter's approach, because earlier the way we saw them play with the life advantage, right, was to kind of stand still a bit and observe what their opponent was doing, looking for an opportunity to stuff the approach. However, the downside to playing in such a way is that you have to play very reactionary, which is a big physical test on the player to do so, whereas the opponent just goes like, all right, I'm being given the space to do what I want. Especially somebody like Revill who goes like, oh, we're waiting, all right, I'll wait a little bit and then take my chance. And seeing as it hasn't worked out for a while, Raging Hunter instead just opting to let the Tommies do the keep away.
Yeah, I feel like that's normally what Baiken should look to go for anyway when they've got that life lead and they're looking to slow the pace down, is just like air dash back to Tommy mats, or maybe occasionally throw out like JS. It's just like, I'm checking you with some active hitboxes.
Yeah.
See what you do against these. But now, the onus can be on Raging Hunter. Try and go aggressive, instead it's Revill. Run up finds the connection. And take the lead once more in this set. Just needs one more round.
Forward indeed. Here we go. We see the slight life advantage for Raging Hunter, and immediately with playing the keep away style. Beautiful far slash, connecting here for a little bit more damage. Trying to push block Raging Hunter for a little bit more space to play with. 6P connects, but not more than that. However, the beak driver finds its mark. Raging Hunter not liking the direction this is heading, bursts out, but still we're seeing this long footsie game being played out.
Oh, BRC Sansen finds a low. Hero burst, possibly coming out from Revill.
The Blicky?
FD'd away. Fireworks gone.
Oh, there it is. JS, as you mentioned, a very good bun. Able to catch the gazelle step there from Shin. Now we're seeing again that far slash being utilized, stomped across the face, using as much stamina as possible, but the hoof stomp being called out with a parry. Beautifully done, Yosansen again.
Okay. Play's got Millia available yet again, that BRC. Cross up Yosansen connecting once more. JH safe jumps in. Or should have let the Yosansen rock low key.
Do it one more time. Third time's a charm surely, but finds another opening instead and ready with the RC to do the finishing damage. Raging Hunter one game away from sending Revill home.
Okay, the Baiken pulling up here. Let's see. Needed Raging. Damn, Raging Hunter had to make a pretty mad run. Beating Zulu and Scat to get to this point from that loser side. Solid stuff to this point. Trying to add another name to the list. Burst gone early on, but again, those falling JS's connecting time and again.
Yeah, beautiful patience there as well. We see Revill, I believe, looking to call out a more aggressive opponent, right? Trying to jump in, throw out an active button in the air to see if Raging Hunter would instant air dash. But we see some slight deviations in the timing from Raging Hunter that is making it an opportunity to find openings. However, it is going to be in Revill's side favor for the time being.
Such a huge gamble off that. Hard knockdown to go for just run up throw. With no RC behind it as well. Puts Revill in an awkward spot. And the Yosansen connects. Set point for Raging Hunter.
Beautiful, finds an opening there with the gazelle step, catching out as much damage as possible. The wall splat not going to be enough to generate meter for the hard knockdown, but still positive meter bonus is running. Trying to kill as much time as possible to get that stamina regenning.
I think just in case of a burst, we'll still be able to tire and barrel, and it is going to be enough.
They need the stamina there, so round the piece to both players. Revill needs to make this one count. They want to keep this run alive, but so far we see Raging Hunter trying to play a little slow. The chase down, the burst, able to put Revill to the corner, but immediately backing away. We see the aggression there from Revill. Look for that 6P, fishing out for an opening.
Yeah, no longer going a bit greedy for like the gazelle steps or elkons or anything like that. Now fishing purely for 6Ps, recognizing this air backdash keep away game that Raging Hunter is trying to utilize RTL to guarantee the hard knockdown. Positive. Puts Revill in a great spot. Doesn't quite get the meaty time and setup though. 6P once more, doesn't quite get the full pick. Oh, fast PLC connection. Get to another game 5. Okay.
Revill might have Raging Hunter's number here a bit. Like you said, starting to recognize that keep away game that they were employing so effectively before, and now prioritizing more to just run across the screen and let that 6P rock, especially trying to challenge that JS. So maybe it's an opportunity here for Raging Hunter to go back to the tatami mat based gameplay to see if that instead will deny Revill the aggressive approach under 6P.
I like to see, I was literally about to say I'd like to see Raging Hunter get a bit cheeky with just like Kabaris and some 2Hs. Just be like, try and just get a bit more cheeky on the ground game.
Yeah, might pay off. Did start nasty. Oh, what a bait. Looks like that Pylon Barrel going to be connecting beautifully. Look at the damage already. Revill on a speed run here. Hard knockdown, positive meter bonus running. Hoof stomp. BRC just to get that final bit of damage, and Revill able to run it back down to a set point situation.
Looking like it's all Revill now. The momentum's there, checking the jump backs, parry. We'll shut down the pressure a little bit, but the air throw. 60 to punish, of course, on point. Clip low. Burst is going to be up on the table, that's why Revill was trying to beat it out.
Okay, very jumpy responses. Able to finally block the Yozansen. This is kind of catastrophic here for raginghunter. He's able to find a lot of openings thanks to that move. However, now looking for a chance here to try and equalize the health deficit. As we see Revill utilizing that life lead to just play patiently and finds the far slash from an over-aggressive raginghunter. Closes out the set 3-2.
Clutching up, like you're saying. Unfortunately, the end of raginghunter's run out in that tied 7th, top 8 spot. But still solid stuff nevertheless. Revill moves on to face the Millia. Amanita. This Millia getting all the sins in this bracket now.
Absolutely.
Damn.
I wonder if it's something coming down from Vice management. They said, like, listen, we're going to have to start learning how to use that anti-air throw, all right? We need to see that from all our Vice players, because the fact that we've seen it consistently out of PataChu, we've seen it consistently out of Revill as well. It's going to be some scary stuff if this is going to be the answer to a lot of situations a lot of people thought they just had to hold.
Because I think Amanita also played against Kramachan, who at least against Tatami Galaxy, played Shin. So I don't know whether still rock the Shin in that Millia matchup. But that's kind of hilarious that literally you go through a lot of the sins in the bracket this Millia is. That's how that bracket be sometimes.
Sometimes the demons come out in full force, and you know, just like Doom Guy. Shoutouts to Doom Dark Ages coming out soon.
Oh.
You gotta battle back the armies of hell, right? Fight the great sin.
That's pretty cold. I can't lie. That was clean.
Thank you.
If only we were sponsored by Doom.
Yo,
Ice, come on, man.
Software. Ice, come on. Ring up Bethesda. Ring up id Software. We need some codes. Not only we need some game codes. We need to claim these Maturino codes, right? I think there's still plenty of these to go around. 34. Hop on. Exclamation mark Maturino. Hit the claim code button. You'll be prompted with a login if you haven't done so, where you can use your Twitch account as well as many other services likely of your choice. Once you've done that, that's 25 cents to prize pool, supporting these players and the beautiful, beautiful games they're putting on here. I think we've had consistently going game 5 situations, almost every set this top 8. So wonderful stuff here.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful stuff so far. So we're gonna now see Shinky up against Vlink. See how the set goes. Shinky, of course, the resident Zato. Forever remaining on the struggle bus. But continually putting in a shift with the Puppet Master.
I don't know about no struggle bus on the Zato character after these some nice changes, some buffs here and there, a little sprinkle of goodness from Daisuke saying, like, you know what? You can have Eddie back a little faster than normal, right? You can cancel Eddie, regenerate that gauge real fast, and just run the most oppressive, disgusting corner mix known to the Strive community.
It is kind of disgusting, let's be real.
Constant overheads, lows, flow cancels, like...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves there. It's quite disgusting.
Like, main tip to the anti-Zato game plan is don't be there. Just don't be in that situation. Win.
It's true.
Win more.
Slap the Eddie away and then just don't get caught.
Absolutely.
For that meta fight right there. For only €40 a month, we can hook you up with good coaching. Slap the Eddie and then win the game. It's that easy. It's that simple. We'll see if Vlink takes to our coaching.
I haven't. This is the first time I get to see Blink play, so I'm not familiar with what her character is.
Some solid dubs. This one. B Pietas rolls. It's looking like a really spooky run right here. Because winner of the set goes on to face Scarfed, who is currently sitting in that winner's quarters spot. So we'll see what we get once the players eventually enter the lobby. Praying that we're not getting Strive memed right now.
Yeah, who is in the lobby with us so we can know where to point our fingers to and our pitchforks and our torches.
Maybe we just have to get the pitch. Maybe we should get the pitchforks, get them out our head stomper. Maybe that's what we do. That's what TO should do.
Certainly.
If they have to wait for a player, they have to just send in the pitchfork squad.
Absolutely. See, at least at offlines, we can't get Strive Earth. What we can get, however, at offlines is Sony Earth, or more likely the Sony Furnace.
Who needs this? Not the Sony smelter.
Sony...
No.
I hope IceU, y'all have a plan to rotate some of these PlayStation 5 so they can cool down, and because boy, those adapters ain't cheap, son.
Tell everyone to grind Demon Souls out, and they'll be used to the Sony Schmelter Demon.
Alrighty, it is going to be Chipp there from Blink, who, I think thanks to the DP, has a pretty nice shot here to try and bust out from some of these Zato pressure games. Of course, Zato not quite in a similar position to be able to bust out from the Chipp pressure, but yeah, utilizing all those jumps as, you know, I don't need to deal with this eddy neutral. I don't want to.
Oh my god, that was disgusting. Jesus. Alright,
let it go. Hold on.
So yeah, it's going to be tough for the Zato just to try and keep the chip locked down. Fast normals to try and deny stray little eddies. So many jumps available, so sometimes, like we saw in the previous round, Frog might just whiff. However, when Zato does find that connection, all the damage.
Look at that red bar. I think that Sun Void able to set up. Ooh. Hold up.
Classic.
Eddie, the double agent? Certainly not.
These extend my hitboxes all day.
Oh, no wall break. Actually, might be for the better.
Shuriken mix-ups. Is this Zulu?
Oppose. Says, you thought you got the jump in. However, it was Zato, that anti-aired you. Oh, well, let's go. Air throws.
Going for all the throws. Command grabs now. Alpha Blade. What are you reaching for? A bit of a flex. I like it.
The no damage super. We love to see it. Out here for the hard knockdown. We run that positive beater bonus. Able to swap over to the side. However, drops the combo but gets the reset instead.
Is that just simply big brain?
It's just gap.
Is that mix? That could be mix. I think that's mix.
I guess, you know, forget our Metafy. Hop on Blink's Metafy and you can learn how to make your your super a reset.
Yeah. Can't argue with it. It worked. 100% confirm as well. You can't argue with the results. Just
clip it, send it to anybody. Say, look, it worked. So I'm gonna use this, man. Add it to my repertoire.
Ooh. That's a nice win. Fair tablet.
Fortunately, the anti-air opportunity is not quite lining up for Blink just yet. Trying to run in, but these big old Zato normals currently keeping her at bay, trying to use as much of the air movement that Chipp has to stall away from the Eddy, and it's going to be working out nicely where he has Zato locked into the corner. Does YRC to take the turn back. Eddy is back now. The question is, can we safely deploy? Not yet. Bust out.
Like that Shinky tried to chase down the back dashes, it wasn't quick enough. We'll find the tag here. Not going to quite get enough damage, but run up 5 dust. Takes the gamble on the high-low. Succeeds. Pure in the round. Could have been scary if that got blocked, but sometimes you got to take that dice roll.
sometimes you just gotta check them on the system mechanic overhead. Like, hey, do you actually react to these?
Listen, I've spent years watching Dragon Ball. 6Ms will still connect. The power of the mental stack is unbeatable.
The demonic entity for sure.
Ooh. Problem is though, Blink's sitting on 50 tension, just needs to find the moment. Could be now with the Eddie gone, finds to pick up RC to help confirm. Will extend with the rope.
Ooh. Fortunately draws, but still has a rope to keep the mix running. Walks out the wire, C-wall splat, and just like that, Blink able to steal the round from Shinki. Now in a position to extend her lead a little more, getting that second game potentially and already starting off nicely. However, she's thrown into the corner.
She's got to endure the pressure now, but the pressure's too much. Eventually gets cracked open. Positive for Shinki. With meter available as well. Amorphous. Chompers ain't gonna connect at all. The munch whiffs.
No munches for you. Go still. Able to keep the pressure running. Just like that. Snatched up into the command grab. Killing a bit of time to try and... Oh yeah, just gives you ready back. I for war.
Oh yeah. Still not gonna be enough though. Magic Pixel. Ooh. Oh no.
I'm trying to watch the stream. What happened there?
Was that just not close enough?
I think they were above. I think she was above him. Like you press it. If I think there's there's a bit of that magnet hands to the air throw, but it vaguely looked like an Xrd situation where just air throws will typically just straight whiff if you're higher than your opponent. So it might either be that, or she unfortunately pressed it a little too early, so it was flying in with the recovery frames instead.
Well, maybe it's that, but it could also be the high as well. One apiece here in this set once again. There's no shot we get another game 5.
Yeah, we may have started the stream or our top 8 a little earlier than usual, but that means that we have plenty of time to run the full distance on just about every single set, keeping us here to the end of our usual time, that 11:30 finish.
The script, it keeps on scripting. I see what Isuka's done here. Because they say my curse, no.
Beating too good.
Ooh. JP, stop that. Get off the rope. Stop that clownery. The whimsical nature of your mix needs to stop.
You need to lock in. I said stop. Focus up. Be serious. Be for real right now.
Deny your whimsy. Hold the fuzzies.
Well, that was a quick game.
That was just all shaky pressure. Damn. Just like that. 2-1. Back in the lead. Back in control of the set. Can that quick lead be converted into the set win? That's the question here.
It may be the case, because one of the trends definitely in these first 3 games is you can see somebody come out of the gate swinging, claiming a very resounding first game. But the opponent they're playing against is a little slower to the take, right? A little diesel engine needs to warm up a little bit. And just like that, Shinki may have found the answers necessary to have Blink downloaded. The question is, can she disprove that?
Pretty wild assault, most likely deflect shield, but of course the left right's messing up, making the inputs kind of awkward. And it has just dawned on me. But if Shinki does win this set, the next set is against Scarf. It's actually just a Chipp gauntlet.
Yeah, and there's already some clear differences in approach compared to Blink's Chipp and Scarf's Chipp. So if Shinki does make it over to face against Scarf, hopefully he doesn't get too caught up by the difference between these players. Sun Void keeps the pressure running. We see the air movement to avoid the Eddie, even able to tap him out on the way down. Still, Pixel health to work with here and gets caught with the low. Blink now has to look out. Shinki, set point.
6 Ps off the start, now you're in the mix deflection. Try and stop some of that mix. happily take the clash. 5p anti-airs. We'll get the pickup. Starting to cook a little bit now. Gamma Blade avoided. Oh, that 5k was clean to shut Eddie down.
Yeah, and also able to find Shinky back into the corner, and we see an attempt at a more aggressive approach here. Wants to capitalize as much as possible with this advantageous screen position here. Trying to rack up the damage, goes into the Sons and Roga. Is it enough to kill? We're going to have to run that mid-screen Oki. It will be enough. Link here with a lifeline, trying to bring it down to that game 5 situation.
There's a character squishy enough, it's going to be paper 1. Ripped apart. But just like that, in the blink of an eye, Shinky immediately answers back. We'll get positive on the table, so that burst gauge going to refill a little bit, as is that tension gauge.
Certainly. Ooh, interesting. YRC thought maybe due to the height had an opportunity there, but unfortunately just comes down. Falling button. We see the oppose able to eat up the Alpha Blade now. A bit more of that pressure. Tries to run up throw, but the backdash able to clear enough distance. Sets up for a beautiful combo here with the rope and the RC mix-ups. Just deflect shields away. Look for an opportunity to safely deploy the Eddie. Leapfrog, bring him back down to the ground. We see backdashes, wants to avoid as much as possible. Escapes the command grab. We see a backdash there, but the 5k catches it. Driving Shinky all the way back to the corner, chase him out into the air. Finds yet another backdash, I believe, and Blink is going to bring it down to game 5.
Another game 5 on the cards in this top 8. Our third one already. 3 out of 4. Ain't too bad. Looking at the stats, let's see who can clutch it out here. So far, it's been blow for blow in this set. Very back and forth, hard for either player to really ascertain and put their will on the set, you know? So what kind of round starts we get? Backdashing. One too many, maybe.
Holy aggression, just the absolute chase down. Early burst there from Shinky. Trying to lock Blink into the corner. 6p, beautiful denial there of the rope mix setup. Still not able to escape this corner just yet. Out of burst, air to air there from Blink. Says, who gave you permission to leave? If anything, I say we go to the next screen.
That's what she's going to do off that tech on the throw. We're available. Eddie's now gone, but Sun Void is going to keep that going. Drill traded. And yet again, another DP getting licked off. The RC to confirm, and now it's set point for Blink.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there from Blink, recognizing at that situation that even if she would trade with Eddie, right? Shinky too far away to capitalize off of that hit, so just like that, Eddie gone, and already we have beautiful aggressive pressure here in the corner. Not able to get the pickup off the RC. We see Shinky trying to desperately trade for a way out here, but Blink is not letting up at all. They're using these big disjoints. We do see the 5p anti-air though.
We'll see. Denied the banzai, the overhead wrecker. Stun Void executes the wall break, hard knockdown. This Chipp does have 50 tension. It's the Beta Blade rock. Maybe trying to get a slightly extended hitbox off the Eddie. Doesn't work out. Zioki wants more tries. Beta Blade again. But not down just yet. 2S though does take us to a final round here, Yuka.
Oh my goodness, twice wrong and didn't even get to use the meter at all, but we do see that that mistakes haven't let up on aggression here from Blink. We see her trying to chase in, aggressive burst, wants to keep Shinky in the corner, beautiful 5 HS counter hit. And now setting up a little bit of damage, not quite going for the wall break just yet, has 50 meter, able to safely use one of her mix-up options. Still trying to find an opening, but the reversal throw, very nicely done.
YLC blocks. That's going to be so much. Amorphous Ender. Big noms. Just needs one more connection, one more mix. Oh, finally! Third time's a charm.
I see, wants a little bit of breathing room here. Does find a quick hit, but not the conversion. Blink in a rough spot. Needs to make it count, but the Hail Mary Air Alpha Blade gets jumped over and you get scooped up. Shinky is going to be moving on. And that's the end for Blink.
The back throw, truly the incident there. Shinky moves on and carries on in the Chipp gauntlet here. To face off against Scarfed in losers quarters. We're down to the final 6 now. Shouts to Blink though. Sick run to get top 8 here today.
Yeah.
Fantastic
I think
stuff.
very interesting, Salty. We have some of our regular names, right? The likes of PataChu, Cuenca, but seeing Vlink being able to pull up, raginghunter, Shin also making a return, Amanitas. It's not the usual gallery of top 8ers we've come to expect from SaltyEU, but nevertheless, when they do show up, it's a name you do tend to see up here in top 8.
Yeah, Chipp looked legit. It's going to be sick to see in future Salties. That name maybe crop up more and more.
Here we go. Speaking of gauntlets, the adventure continues here from Amanitas as she's going to have to face off against the other Chipp in the bracket and the teammate to the person who sent her down to losers, Revill. So we'll see how much she has learned from PataChu, or whether or not the difference in approaches that between the two players is going to mix her up a little bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of tandem tops against PataChu, just as a neutral tool, just to get that free tag and then start the pressure going. And already we can kind of see a similar game plan being used against Revill Shin here. Tandem top, RC connection. Strong early start there, taking round 1.
And trying to use FDA to build a bit of space away. Just like that, able to use the stamina cancel there to set up for the throw. Bad move, the final 2 hits connecting to get that overhead. Trying to push Revill towards the corner. We see a patience gameplay here from Amanita, but finally, Cycle Pressure connects, that close slash counter hit, setting up for some beautiful damage. Wall splat secured, overdrive, getting that hard knockdown off the wall break, and the positive meter bonus running yet again to quickly build up that full stick of butter.
Uses that to get the bad moon, fishing for the burst, delay burst though, it's going to connect, it gives Revill one chance, one opportunity. Going to kick it off. Who's not looking for a shimmy? Ain't going to bite just yet. Challenge, Chipp can be a factor, looking for it with the Lush Shaker, push block, and survives the Chipp off the FD, but the tandem top slices and dices its way through Revill. Secures Amanita game 1.
Yeah, that was a very scary burst situation there towards the end, because indeed, Revill did have to burst there, right? And the next couple hits would have gone in that wall splat for the kill. Amanita recognizing that situation, tried to really bait it, but oh my goodness, the ultimate final second burst. Just the incredible delay there from Revill to set up at least one final opportunity.
Unfortunately, just maybe there's a tiny bit more life, maybe, just maybe.
Maybe a couple trades could go way of Revill, but like this, right? You give Shin a bit of space, the means that big driver connects, just a whole lot of damage coming out. Oh wow, what a challenge.
It made sense, so how fake it was. It was like, no, I'm not letting you get a cheeky little reset on me. Avoids the throw. Maybe punch with a landing button actually, but still, we move. Process, keeping Revill locked down in the corner. Counter hit, pick up into the mix.
Try to lock him down, but finally finds a little bit of a gap. That moves too slow, but Amanita says like, no, I can reversal too. Does cost me a bit of meter, but it gets the job done. Back to the corner you go. And we're willing to go bar for bar, band for band on these reversals. Just look at Revill cash out, splats you against the wall, however, a little too high. I don't know if he could have even cancelled to RTL there, but never mind. Finds the hit necessary to take the round.
Opportunity to maybe tie things up straight away. Look for that one piece, but Amanita gonna get the nice early wall break. Gonna take pretty close to full burst. Gonna FD away some of this pressure right now. Ooh. The instant block ain't really gonna pay off, unfortunately. Still stuck in the corner. 100 tension available. We could just see a winger off R.E.V.
Not quite just yet. Still patiently waiting out. We also don't see tension being used to FD at all. Wants to leave as much of it as possible to RC, trying to find mix-ups like that, right? Oh my god, beautifully set up for the low off the fast. RC downwards to catch a little bit more damage.
Oh, too deep, just too far away. Unfortunately, counter hit off the Who Stomp. Trying to chase down. The IB actually doesn't pay off at all once again. Tried to fake the high and go low. But it was the hit after the Wild Assault connecting. And Revill ties it up 1 apiece.
That was really unfortunate for Amanita there. After finding that opening with the RC mix off the hair car, not able to close off the combo neatly, and instead gets a weird pickup back to the mid screen, forcing scrambles yet again. And that's definitely something you want to avoid as Millia, with the range that Shin can play at and the reward he can get as well off of that said range.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Want to keep putting him in the tandem top blender, and just like that, already driven to the corner. Quick bad moon, looking for a more secure hit to run the combo game. Challenging. Could have been it, but there's the burst immediately from Revill.
Yeah, we've seen him able to get DPs out in that gap of the block string, but maybe just a little bit late that time. Pressure nice and safe, nice and loose. 6B though, gonna shut down the tandem top. Lost. OTG. Looking for it again, ain't gonna find it.
Oh! Devious mix-up setup. Tries to throw again, but a little too far away, and the Chipp out there. Revill, you had to beat her.
He was overrated, clearly.
Truly.
IBFD. Still don't matter. Pick up the guard crushers.
Catching out as much damage as possible. However, not able to use the meter for the super here. They bring it back down to a neutral situation, but the BRC will slow down the 6P attempt. Immediately getting a beautiful punish. Reset into the throw. We have plenty of meter to play with. The mix-ups come out. Baits the burst, and just like that, Amanita able to take the lead in the set over Revill. Can we break the 5-game curse? Or are we going to see Revill bring it back maybe for a final game situation?
Players are so cracked, it's insane. It's like they just spot one little pixel of like the start of a burst, and just immediately the RC's there ready. Jeez.
I think it's Guilty Gear as a franchise has done a major disservice on how the burst function works, right? The fact that when you press that button, you fly up like a rocket. It's a pretty nice tell that, oh, they're about to burst.
Not impressive. You know what, if you're saying you take that trade all day, but Amanita able to get out the corner.
Off to the setup for the mix-up. However, not quite the nicest conversion. Still able to keep Revill into the corner, guessing wrong with the BRC. However, doesn't want to give him any opportunities. Aggressive burst, but now we're letting that DP rock. I've had enough. No more mix-ups. If you're not going to convert for the kill, I will. And Revill takes the round.
At that point, it's overkill. I respect it.
Overkill? Yeah, it's in the name. Overdrive.
Haha. So you do it. Strong lead. Can Revill do it?
Yeah, we have seen these disappear in the blink of an eye, and so far, see Amanita's trying to set up for that. However, the beautiful a.b.a there, just a 2P, and escape for the time being. Wild Assault keeps the pressure running, finds the opening, and Revill making quick work says, no, the first must live on. We need a game 5.
Another game 5. We're here for the long haul.
Yeah.
I think there's no other way to describe it. We are here for the long haul. So Chad better be claiming match arena codes, because with all these game 5s we're getting, we're eating good. So show the love to the players. Make sure you're claiming them up. Let's get it done. Another game 5 here in the works. Amanita up against Revill.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Man said 3 timeouts. That's crazy. Saying this ain't cross Tekken. Stop that.
Right, beautiful. Aggressive opening here for Amanita. Beautiful life lead. Now trying to play a little bit of a slower game. Just waiting out for that 6P and getting the nice whiff punish going. TK, Bad Moon, RC for an extension. And we see Revill currently not pressed. Hanging on to that burst gauge. Is the winger going to be enough for the kill?
Yeah, actually, man, no, that is crazy. Cover the bad moon is gonna be enough. Set point. Can Revill answer back? That's the question. Both players full burst available.
Whoa. Big driver connecting there yet again. Now we're starting to let these big normals do a little bit of the talking. Crosses over a little. Wow, how many more times does the guy have to bounce?
Oh, fuzzy jumps. To do with the overheads. Call reaching. The bait successful. The fade away. The Sin Brian. Tyrant Barrel. Not enough.
Still a lot. Oh my goodness. Just a run up low. And we are in the final game. Final round. Double Luigi situation. Amanita pretty close to achieving her burst again. But Revill a ways away. Interesting. Okay. Glad that the DP whiff got punished and the pickup to follow there. Because that was a lot of spaghetti.
It slows down though. The spaghetti gets cleaned up a little bit. Amanita finds the mark, just needs one more hit. And I think that could be it. Keeping an eye on the burst gauge. Maybe look for the bait just a bit too early. Trying to find the hit, ain't gonna find it. Burst now popped on Amanita's side. Gets the throw to secure it in the end. The Millia moves on.
Millia wins.
It's a really smart final sort of gambit there to throw against Revill. Just the burst instantly into the run-up throw. Because I think just about the only thing that beats that situation, well, there's a few, but you could think like jump, DP, both very risky options. And in general, you have Revill had enough health there to just kind of look at it and be like, all right, if I get opened up here, maybe I can get a burst going, right? Just like quickly, just instantly on the first hit, try and escape. But nope, skipped all that, and unburstable damage. What can you do?
Straight up, nothing could have been done once that throw connected. Unfortunately, the end of Revill's run, a solid one nonetheless. So now moved on from one gauntlet to another. Scarfed up against Shinky, who faces the second chip in a row here in this top 8 of SaltyEU. 136. We're closing in on 150. It's coming up sooner rather than later.
Certainly. Discounting, of course, all the decimal editions while
Oh, that's true. That's
I
true.
calling for time to set up for a big old team tournament.
Yes, true. Stored out for the big 100. I can't wait for SaltyEU 149.59. That bracket in particular is going to pop off, I believe.
Surely we have the 150th edition already pre-planned, ready in advance. Surely, right?
Surely they'll be planning. Ice could never be stoned. Come on now, let's be serious.
Be serious.
Let's be serious in claiming those codes as well. Ooh, exclamation mark Maturino. 32 codes left to be claimed. Chat, make sure you're claiming them up. Let's get these done as soon as possible so that we don't have to shield Maturino as much.
We can focus on the action.
It's a win-win situation.
You don't have us, droning in your ear about it. We don't have to drone in your ear about it.
So, helps everyone out, helps the players. You spend this time where you're kind of just waiting for us to stall out and get the next game going. You can fill that time in doing your part. There's nothing but wins if you claim a Maturino code, really. To be honest, all the players that sign up should be claiming a code. To be honest.
To be honest?
Like,
yeah, that's an interesting thing, actually. The players that do sign up,
they should be raising the prize pool themselves, and I'm not seeing that.
Well, I mean, it further proves that fighting game players just don't read.
Clearly don't want to pay for money.
Nope. We play for the friends we make along the way.
Yes. That SNK money out of it, clearly. Put it in my pocket instead. Yes.
Certainly. Put it to my TO yacht, actually.
Put it on my private mansion. Yes. Indeed.
We saw Shinky play earlier against Vlink's Chipp, and there's of course a very noticeable difference in the approaches from these Chipp players on how they're dealing with the Zato. So I'm curious to see if that's going to be throwing off Shinky, or if we're going to see some adaptation, or we're just going to see, you know, just the Zato option of like, you know what, I just need to make them block once and it's all good.
I think that's just always going to be the game plan. It's just maneuvering to execute their game plan is going to be slightly different. It's all, the end game is always just, can I get Chipp to stop moving for a second?
The little Shrek meme, can you stop doing that for 5 seconds, please? We just chill.
Backdash coming in, ain't gonna work out. Eventually 2K2D is gonna connect. Wow, see, they're beautifully timed. And now Scar's stuck in the corner. Eddie Mix has to hold it all.
Oh, good timing on that. Opposed to get the pickup off of the throw. Now we're down to one solid hit left for Shinky to close it out. However, you see Scarf trying to make it happen here. Finds a quick opening. Now looking for that final mix. Tries to deflect shield away, but his character's just too fast. Stays right in your face. No chance to escape. Goes for the slump. Still able to block it out. JD connects. YRC has had enough. I need to escape for the time being. Getting a bit of that burst gauge to try and extend the pressure some more. Backdash away. Not being caught out by the leap. But the jump in will do the trick.
And with that jump in, Shinky jumps into the lead. Oh no, up here.
Only the most professional of segues from the professionalists of commentary.
No, let's see. Game 2. So far, what we've seen throughout this top 8 is the other player immediately answering back, and looks like we might be getting that off that clash into the Wild Assault.
Wow, what a confirm here. Just instantly into the super. Beautiful stuff here, and actually looking like it might do some damage for a change. Half health there to Shinky left, letting that positive meter bonus run. Of course, giving at least one 50-meter option. However, the backdash into the back throw there from Shinky is going to reverse situations. Oh, that is not good.
That's chunk as well. Off the blade. Deflect shield does get the tag on Eddie as well. Oh, the resources getting used defensively. Has kind of shut down Shinky's pressure. Almost slid under the frog. That would have been so sick.
The way that frog turned around, a bit too personal. Oh!
Jesus.
That combo looks so fake, but all I see is the combo counter go up, so it's as Daisuke intended.
Okay. Slight drop though. Tried to wing it with a recall, but Scarf recognizing that situation immediately. Dash or punish.
YFC Shinky's had enough, sends Eddie to the other side. We see a backdash catch attempt, but to no avail. Aggressive burst tap dust will find its mark. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's our burst save combo from earlier.
Yeah, and Shinky recognizing that as like, I'm not touching my burst button at all. I'm holding on to that post wall break, and it works out. One more opportunity for Shinky, has to FD, but eventually gets clipped, and Scarf ties it up once apiece.
Yeah, both players going 2 rounds over the other, so see if that momentum keeps it going, or if both players are going to start matching each other here, and we're going to start seeing those round 3 situations coming out.
Let's see.
Only time will tell.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Put on the ramp. I've seen in the previous set that Shinky does like those backdashes as an option. Just to try and enforce a bit of space first to get Eddie out at the very least. Counter hit though, and that's a bad counter hit.
Yeah, look at that damage. Chipp doing damage? Surely not. And yeah, this super reassures of that fact, but thanks to that new rope special, access some of those wall run versions of the specials, which have just some real damage numbers associated to them.
They are playing so sick. Like, Scar's just dashing and backdashing in between the moments where they can on like Frog. Whatever Scar's trying to sneak in a 2K, Shinky's like, oh no, let me recall.
Yep.
You ain't tagging my Eddie is sick back and forth. Oppose, 2H, had to burst.
And now we're gonna hold this big damage, just put him back. Oh, out of the corner, and we see Shinky with the charge. As like, oh, word, you put your back to the corner. All right, let me try and claim this. Getting that Eddie pressure, however, good blocks there from Scarf. Finds a quick opening, but no full conversion. And just like that, sees once again the red RC explosion, not connecting, cashing out big damage, and takes the lead in the set 3-2. Or sorry, my fault, 2-1.
Yeah, that was probably, oh, spoilers.
Spoilers. Oh, my fault. Hold on, I need to close this. I need to close this script before I read more off of it. My fault, everybody.
Guys, sort this out. It's ridiculous.
I swear, this event is not pre-planned. All right.
Moving like a Marvel actor. Like, what is this? Ridiculous. You're Holland, you know?
I'm just gonna start giving us out fake scripts.
It's gonna have to. This is ridiculous. Nah, you can tell it would be fake because if Ice writes down, yeah, 3 O's across the board, then you know it's fake.
I believe he can make a convincing little narrative.
Up from there. So far away, the second part didn't actually even connect. That's hilarious. Zulu's definitely clipping that to try and downplay Chipp. I already know. I'm onto him.
It's like the teacher from Incredibles just pausing TV like, see right there.
That is why my character's bottom 1.
Oh my goodness. Just Doc really having a rough time just trying to get anything started, but just constantly the timing a little bit off here, holding count hit after count hit, not holding the back. We see some damage coming out, and Shinky on a speed run. Oh, hold on. The script might be real.
King 5 again.
3-2 as per royal decree.
It's actually kind of good that we didn't do like the whole bracket streamed because, damn.
Yeah, if we had to start this top 8 at 9:30, oof.
We're still in top 6.
Yeah.
1 hour 20 minutes in.
I can at least appreciate from these players that if one of them wins, they win hard.
For real. Oh, 2D clipped. Actually forced the burst as well, just because Shinky's like, if that trade works out, I'm the one that gets knocked down, and I have to deal with the mix after. I ain't dealing with that. Oh my days, the damage.
Look at that. Possibly, I don't know, it could only go into the Zanzo and Roga super, so just has to hold that L, but beautiful air dash over the invite hell, and Scarfed here off to a rocket start. Has burst still, has a beautiful round lead. Shinky slowly getting that burst gauge back right, has that 50% to at least use the deflect shield if necessary.
Also burst to keep Shinky in the corner. Okay, Scarfed, keeping the pressure going for now. Nice and safe backdash on the pier, still gets clipped though. No side switch route coming out from Shinky. Does find the connection with the mix knockdown, run it back once more, no beta blade. Oh, speak of it on the clash cancel.
I mean that's just also an insane mark of skill. Oh! Alright, hard knockdown off the super. We still have plenty of meter to play with. The positive meter bonus is going to be running, so even if Scarf ends up losing down his round, goes for the command grab, leaf grab coming out. RC tries to catch out some more damage. The burst is coming back up. Is it enough? No way. Scarf able to clutch it out. 3-2 as written in the script.
As is. As always will be. Game 5, and Scarfed is the one that takes it. Moves on to face Amanita in that loser semi set. But of course, as we are now into that top 4, we move back up to winners. Into winners finals. PataChu, Cuenca. The top 2 seeds as well. Look at that. Ice feeling pretty proud right now. That seeding has pretty much somewhat worked in terms of at least the winners finals portion.
I think the funny thing to consider, because we were mentioning about like how long the set is running. These two have been waiting damn near an hour to play.
I'd say that this is a bad thing. But knowing PataChu, we're going to have to still wait 5 minutes anyway, because PataChu will have just started a new song.
True.
In Rift. I'm not falling for this. If anything, PataChu might be 2-1. Necro dancing too much, you know what I mean?
Keeping that APM high, that reaction speed on deck, right? The rhythm, the sense of timing, it's there. Whereas Cuenca, oh, what does Cuenca do in this enormous downtime?
Yeah, what does this is what I need to know. Is Cuenca also a Rift enjoyer? Like, is that the secret to high level strive?
Smoke an immense amount of cigarettes. 5,000 cigarettes.
Yeah, or just start chaining them all together. That's how you hit your nasty. That's how you get the links. You
Really?
link your smokes up. Maybe that could be the way. That could be the tech. Alright, winners finals time. Chat, make sure we are claiming Matcherino codes. Exclamation mark Matcherino 29. Big ones left to go. Let's just get that claimed up, filled out for the players playing tonight. We're down to the final 4. So let's get that prize pool going.
Curious to see the round start. Ooh, big stroke to start it off. And already we see PataChu trying to capitalize on that range. The throw whiff going unpunished, but still finds the gazelle step. Trying to go for a little reset action there, but to no avail. Burst away there from Cuenca.
Yeah, I like the fadeaway button from PataChu on round start. Fadeaway JH covers a lot of what might like to do on a round start. Right. Normally Shin could dominate pretty well with just stuff like a 5k. The stroke obviously beats that. No played out, avoids it. Says it's fake. Hold that. Punish on the dive kick. Wrong game.
Plus frames. Let's keep it running. Ooh, what a call out there. And also getting the side swap off the RC. However, not enough. Not able to extend for that wall splat, but needs to find that final hit here to take the first round. See both players looking for a bit of that footsie angle, but this is going to be Cuenca finding the opening. Driving PataChu to the other side of the screen, plus frames. Calls out the deflect shield, no punish. However, to find the next opening, and it will be enough. A hard-fought round. It's going to reward both players with their burst back. Basically, almost their burst back.
That Fortissimo making the pressure. Bellissimo, you might say. Stroke in there. Oh, actually taking the risk on the 2P. Ooh, down Marge off the Tyrant Barrel. Hard knockdown positive for PataChu.
Oh, gold burst, so does bait it, however, not able to get a punish. Players running that trade. Still, Cuenca just sent in flying, finds the second overhead. To cash out a little bit more damage, however, no meter for a super to get that hard knockdown. And look at the resource on the side of PataChu. BRC 5P force him back down to the ground.
If he's sitting on me, it's just a question of how either uses it. Stroke, RC to find the way in. PataChu forced to burst in that situation, still sitting on meter. Might end up seeing it now off the mix. Oh my days, the counter hit. PRC to extend the bombo. Take that round. But Cuenca goes into this last round with a huge burst gauge advantage.
Absolutely, small victory to come off of that loss from the previous round. However, PataChu not letting that deter him at all. Look at the damage being dealt already. More than half health gone. And the burst gauge coming back up out of spite there. Just a little too late to deny all that. So it's going to be quite the work from Cuenca to make a comeback. Gold burst. His aggressive position and that positive bonus ticking over.
Under tension, RTL was always about to come off though. Cuenca played around it perfectly. Slide dropped them all maybe. Chemical Love will get the wall break. Alright,
No
6
profile,
people blocked.
blocked.
So mad love denied. Said no love here. Stop that. Tyrant, barrel no. RTL makes sense because all the tension's there to spend at the end for the explosion to secure that round.
Clutch as all hell, and unfortunately that wall splat coming in just as soon as Cuenca gets the burst back. So she's gonna have to sit there and be like, well, that's unfortunate. So both players representing some really good options against each other, and the fact that I think all these rounds have really gone down to the next two final situations. So we thought that the previous ones were long holes. I think we are in for the long hole here.
Duel 1.
At the very least, that game 1 definitely went down to the wire. We'll see maybe you can try and adapt to the other quicker to either take us to a 1-1 or maybe a 2-0. Will Cuenca pop the burst? Finds a beautiful time to put PataChu in the corner, but the 6P on the wake up.
Nice, beautiful punish there off the super. Cash out as much damage as possible, trying to drive into the corner. Tyrant Barrel getting that hard knockdown. We're going to start taking that positive meter bonus. However, the stamina running a little low and also not in recovery yet. That is okay. You have 50 meter to cancel and extend for damage.
I got push. The Mad Wolf will find the connection. Soft reset to keep PataChu stuck in the corner. Just keep the pressure going for as long as possible.
Trying to avoid, but we see the chase down there. Finds the 5P, keeps him locked in the corner for the time being. See a beautiful life lead here for Cuenca. Try and close out this round. Opting to just take the slump instead. Go for throw, making sure as much damage is being doled out before the wall break, right? Don't want to take it to a scrambly neutral situation again. Cuenca with the a.b.a. able to bring it to a final round situation here in game 2.
Gonna hit as well to get the clutch link. Just get enough damage. Speaking of damage though, that is a mad starter. Only just built the tension right on the B driver that got the wall break. But that just makes this scary because right now any RC could be a confirmed. Speak of the devil.
What are you trying to low profile? Show it to me. PataChu will be closing it. 2-0 for the time being. So a chance for Cuenca, however, has to make that 3-game comeback. Or are we going to see the accursed 3-0, but each round was close?
I feel like that's what we might end up getting. It's just the fact that Shin's damage output is just so much more than Ino's. So, although Cuenca playing damn clean, it doesn't matter because PataChu only has to find maybe like 2 or 3 hits max with how optimal he's playing Shin.
I think that's like the unfortunate ultimate gambit from how close some of these games can get is that these interactions can get so fine and risky that, you know, when you get down to that final situation and it just barely doesn't go your way, and all you see on the Chalong is a 3-0. Painful as this damage. Look at the lead here from PataChu already. Has no stamina, but that positive meter bonus is ticking back to that 50 tension mark.
The way he's getting these pickups off stuff like 5P and 2P, they're too sick. Still though, Cuenca trying to find something to get going off stroke the big tree. Force the YRC at the very least. It might be go time, but the 5P challenge once again puts PataChu on set point, looking to move to win this side of grands.
Yeah, you know what? You're gonna reflow here. You're not gonna take this damage. It's not enough for you. Oh, trying to escape, dive kick down, but look, movement there from Cuenca. Narrowly avoiding it, wants to make sure that PataChu doesn't escape the corner for free. Now laying on the hurt. Ooh. I don't know if it was a misinput or not, but however, getting punished for it. In the corner, no break just yet, and the low profile under the beak.
Maybe caught in 2 minds, maybe just wanted to try and put some pressure on, but was like, realised that's too high up. It was not going to and then maybe just tried to panic a little, unsure.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that he wouldn't just cash out for the super and get that knockdown in this room. But here we are, in a better situation, getting that plus frames, slams him against the wall, not enough to kill, so a chance for PataChu.
Is that the smart thing in that situation, actually? Rather than take the guard crush pressure, you take the hit. It's not going to be... Oh my...
Sometimes you just gotta send it.
Did it. He just did it.
Just do it.
Oh my. What a maniac.
Yeah, it is still set point for PataChu, but now a chance for Cuenca. Already we see the burst instantly ripped here. The DP baited, so the damage is piling up nicely. However, the burst is going to cut that short, so both players now relatively similar situations.
That's that Andros player. So Potemkin pilled. It's crazy. Wake up, command grab. Most trim buster ever. Oh my days. Side switch, of course. PataChu says, thank you very much. No! Ops instead for the soft reset to find more hits. Keep the Eno under wraps, but the sultry performance out of the corner. Fortissimo didn't connect, so the plus frames didn't connect.
God, just look at the resources being used, the movement around it as well. The wild assaults right into the face of Cuenca, trying to run this pressure. Looking for the air-to-air, finds it, able to get the conversion too. PataChu is just too nice with it. And it is going to be, in fact, a 3-0. Moving on to Grand Finals winner side. Not the end for Cuenca, however, as they will be sent down to losers final, so there is still a chance to get the run back up against PataChu.
Man, if that Fortissimo connects and Cuenca doesn't get punished for it whiffing, what kind of timeline would there have been? Just this one, maybe one. I might have to get the time stone out and consult that and figure out.
Reverse it, see what happens again. But this is exactly the kind of sort of very niche and like all the situations just encapsulated inside of PataChu's brain, where sometimes you don't see it quite work out, where it's like, oh, I thought it would play out this way. But in this case, recognizing not only did the Fortissimo whiff, but that, you know, it's a little bit of a scuffed whiff, so chances are they imagine it would hit, so they want to immediately take the turn off of it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna press a big old button here to stop them from doing what stroke. Because I think if they just did the hover dash, that would have beaten the 2S. So it wasn't even a clean punish, so to say.
Maybe it might have traded. Unsure.
Might have traded.
I think it would have traded. Yeah, the game 5 curse, like Isk is saying, is broken just like that. The run of game 5s, or maybe. Oh, I was gonna say never mind, because then a winner semis was a game 5, so maybe it was just a winner's side only kind of thing. But it's actually not. It's just a straight up curse broken, amulet shattered type deal. Be like that. Losers semis coming up, both players now at the station. Of course, just before things get kicked off, let's get the prize pool raised up. Exclamation mark Maturino. 27 codes left to be claimed. Let's make sure those are claimed up. Share the stream out. Share the Maturino out.
Support these players and the amazing performance they're putting off. We already see a very aggressive start here from Scarf. Good amount of damage. Already has Amanita locked in the corner. And the run-up 5k is going to be rewarded further. No super for the knockdown, so we are going to scramble back. But hey, Scarf is perfectly fine with just trying to shimmy it out and look for a reactionary response. However, reversal throw.
Burst now gone. Is it a hero burst? Or is it kind of emotional right now? Looking pretty heroic so far. The pressure keeps piling up. Straight into the winger. Trying to deny the burst. Is the damage enough on Chipp? It's still not enough because it's still just winger at the end of the day. Low shaker. The Chipp damage on Chipp. And the 6p finds its mark.
Beautifully done. Just a hard call out. Upper body invul. However, this has deterred Scarf from starting it off nice and aggressive, but Hammer Blade getting punched out. We see Scarf trying to move away, but the wave punish is coming in. No big reward just yet. However, a baited DP is sure to change that around. Look at the damage.
Could have kept it as a closed invite, that beta. The bad moon connects. rounds out the round. Amanita taking game 1 in this loser's semi set.
Trying to not keep this bracket running any longer. Actually, I wonder what the time difference is down there in Greece. Let me see this because it's like time Greece.
Mankind knew
Oh my goodness, it's 11.
Duel 1.
Yeah, so I can imagine she'd be like, you know what, we gotta make this, we gotta cut this out. We all got work tomorrow, gotta sleep on time and shit.
Oh my days.
So,
Scarf might have the same idea, Loki.
low key, or he's armed with that information and says like, you know what, I might just be able to pull this off. Have my opponent sleep behind the pad.
Like, you know what? You're trying to speed this up. I've got the best way to speed it up by sending you out instead.
Alright.
Hmm.
But you need your sleepy time. Work tomorrow. Let's get you to bed. Nice and early burst. Doesn't want to see where that tip of the range close slash is going to lead to.
Cross JS. Extendo. The same side close S.
Oh.
Into the winger. Surely on Chipp.
Nope.
Down.
Pranked. One big old joke, but you know, the ever reliable run up TK bad mood to bring it down to a final round situation here in game 2. See if Scarf can pull off a little bit more of that magic from the first round to close it out and tie up the set. So far, as Amanita is locked into the corner here, looking for that opening from the stagger pressure. See the patience, we see the FD attempts to just try and push out as much as possible, but look at the risk. One wrong step, you're gonna eat a big counter hit, and there it is.
Pressure going with the rope. Ooh. Mirage through as well. Just to get out the corner. Knockdown, close S. Just backs off. Opens up fine for something. Landed JH. Kick things going. Extendo. Same side yet again. Catching Scarf down.
Woo! Wow, getting away with murder there. DP not punished. Going for that burst. Doesn't want to give resources over to Scarf. Does find an opening. Has him locked in the corner. The mix coming out, but all kinds of spaghetti on the screen. A chance here for Scarf. YRC claims to turn back, but the close slash anti-air able to secure the lead here for Amanita. 2-0 currently.
The block of the Alpha Blade in that scramble was clean. And still somehow close enough to get that close S to connect. As Scarfed was trying to air dash out of that situation. To, like you said, scrambly towards the end. Luckily cleaned back up. And not proving too costly.
I think it's definitely a very scary situation if you can find the golden path through the scramble, because just as you have a lot of control over the situation, it all just gets ripped from your hands.
Throw. OTG, Gamma Blade, full force frame pressure. Just big chilling, waiting for the moment. Oh, tried to get the air grab, but nothing but whiffing.
We'll be whiffing out here. Look at this damage. We thought there was a life deficit, but just like that, life actually deepened. Ooh. I would say a hero burst there from Scarf. I understand the situation of like, oh, okay, they're pretty low on health here, so I can make a pretty good case to close out the round here. However, it still puts you back at sort of square zero. Oh no.
Oh, this. Rough.
This.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Set point here.
Oh! Like, at that point, it all happened so fast. Couldn't even use the burst. The 3 O's continue. Amanita, seeing the time on her watch, says we need to keep it pushing. I need to get to this losers finals match against Cuenca ASAP. Yesterday, even.
Speeds on through. That loses semis, moves on to losers finals. Still though, GG's to Scarfed. Always the chip that you expect to get. Sort of like top 6 and beyond, not even top 8 at this point.
That's my top
Crazy,
laner.
crazy.
Of course
That's
I mean, how aggressively she plays. That's a top laner.
He's the most top laner to top laner. But none of that tanky top laner stuff. No. Get that out of here. That's playing for the team.
True.
Your fundamentals are all screwed up, and you have big issues here.
I actually don't think there's any sort of pick in top lane that is like people like. I'm on my road to EVO. Is Scarf still did? He just lost. Damn. Not even here to see. I mean, I guess it's more footage for Zulu to be like, look, bottom tier character. Come on. I'm not a fucking top laner.
Crazy. It's like
it's crazy. One reliable source just needs to say you're a top laner, and the world runs with it.
One unreliable source.
Very not based from a certain ice.
Yes.
Mankind knew that they
Who are okay.
duel one.
Alright. Amanita up against Cuenca.
Early burst. Understandable. You don't want to be put into the Millia blender, and likewise, you want to be put into Ino blender.
Amanita was hoping that burst would put Cuenca in the corner. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Takes him into a wall break, the hard knockdown.
Ooh. JD finds its mark, and that should be a beautiful cleanup there from Cuenca. First round, and I think, by the looks of it, the 3-0 adventure continues for the time being. However, it's only the first round, so too soon to say. But Cuenca is surely making a really good case for it. Oh!
That's actually kind of nice. Oh, speaking of nice, that air throw.
Back
Pretty damn nice, if I say so myself. Knockdown. Let's find one more tag. Ain't gonna work out though, and just like that, the volatility of this matchup.
Look at that, one final mix, the Capel finds its mark, and my goodness, Amanita to bring that back from the clutches of defeat, able to acquire the final round situation here against Cuenca. And immediately the jump in. Says, no, we're going to be in this corner and you're going to like it.
Almost a wall break. Back to neutral we go, avoids stroke, but Cuenca just going to keep on stroking. No pause.
Damn.
Tandem top, RC. Okay, I like it. Set play. Ain't gonna work out though. YRC trying to shut that down. Burst. Both players stopping their momentum as soon as possible because they know it's so hard to make a comeback once the other gets going.
Goodness. The meter usage there from Amanita to just squeeze out as much damage as possible in the wall break, coming in clutch to find the killing blow. Securing that first game. Very nice stuff.
Okay, close. Close opener though, to say the least. Let's see how Cuenca answers back here in game 2. Cheeky stroke round start. No, jump back.
An opening, and not too keen on holding the blender. We do see the HCLs poking out. However, the 6P beats out the JD, but still nothing secured by Amanita as of yet.
Double chemical love, 5 dust is all it takes. Just loving those early chemical loves. from Cuenca, just finding those tags. Onto Millia. 6B on the landing, knockdown, plays those notes.
Blocks, but still, damage is piling up. May not be the craziest combos here from Cuenca just yet, but consistent hits will do a whole lot more damage than the combo might, but... Oh, ooh, what? Okay, game 3.
No physics needed. That was all chemical love there from Cuenca. Ties it up. 1 apiece. Trying to rebuild the curse that was applied on this top 8. The curse of the game 5s. Or maybe, just maybe, trying to fish for the early game 4 finish, perhaps.
Perhaps. First game data, question mark? Only time
Ooh.
will tell.
Download speeds. What we're looking at.
They got gigabit over there in Spain. Oh, bit too much spaghetti there for Amanita to secure full pickup. However, we see Cuenca looking for an opening, trying to control the space with projectiles. Chasing down Amanita into the corner, finds the opening, and there's going to be the burst. However, haven't received permission to leave the corner just yet, unless it's under my own terms of using a super to break the wall for the hard knockdown.
Oh! The cross up, JK. But Amanita did not find that funny at all, said no JK's here. Finds the connection. Cuenca though can try and reversal, but that's why we're seeing the cross up to deal with those inputs.
Cuenca really having a rough time here under the speed and mix-ups that Amanita is throwing out. So ultimately just trying to rely on not being in that situation to begin with type playstyle.
That burst gone 100 tension. Kind of 6P guard crush, mad love knocked down. YRC blocked, and I don't think that burst is getting popped. That is defo getting saved for this final round, game 3.
Now we're going to see in which way the storyline swings. And if we're going to try and fight for that game 5. Currently, Amanita playing very fast and very tricky here. Building up a lot of damage. However, going to end the combo away from the corner. Still able to get the tandem top mix going and pushing Cuenca to the other side of the screen. Good block in the bad moon. Aggressive burst. Wants to keep him tied down.
I think that deflect on Artemis actually kind of worked out more in favor of Amanita rather than Cuenca, but still Cuenca going to find the hit anyway. We'll get the wall stick. Triple love. Looking like a tennis score right there. The sultry performance connects. Needs one more tag for Tissimo, deflected. Trying to deny the plus frames and the back throw. The defensive incident coming out from Cuenca to take the lead in this set.
Yeah, unfortunately, hitting that JHS a little too high in the air. Beautiful recognition there from Cuenca. Now, are we going to see the trend rear its ugly head again? Are we going to see the game 5, or is Cuenca going to continue this momentous run and secure it with a game 4 victory over Amanita? And the survey says, find out.
Even I got teased.
Not leaking the script this time. No.
Okay, we're learning. The lawyers made their mark.
Team SaltyEU cops. See them outside my window. Don't like that.
6 Ps. Don't get too much of a juggler, unfortunately. Early burst coming out from both sides because neither wants to get put in the blender.
Oh man.
My name's called Reach.
Oh! He was blocking it so well, and just 2 throw mistakes, and it just all slipped away from your hand. Amanita looking very poised to bring it to a game 5 situation already. We see it continuing. Has Cuenca already locked into the corner. Stroke attempt to escape. Does find that 6P, swaps him over to the other side. Now can we find that opening to deal some damage.
Alright, find the connection here. Can wall break with Fortissimo. Does so as well for the hard knockdown. Throw OTG could be a factor here. Looks for the chemical love to catch the backdash. Ain't gonna work out though. Choose a fuzzy jump instead. Tandem top. YRC. Winger.
Do we buffer? Oh, catches the dash. Keep him locked in the corner. Big counter hit. Don't know what the wake up option attempt was there, but burst baited, and it is gonna be a game 5.
Too good.
Millia
Oh my days.
wins.
I can't believe it. One of the greatest top laners to ever do it. They say
Insane
whip-
baits.
They say she taught Bwipo.
Real top Whippo how to lane like
Zeus. Taught Zeus how to lane like that. It's crazy stuff. Damn.
that? We need
2
a
apiece.
we need to hook up Doran with the Amanita Metafy. He could use with some he could use some some tips.
Game 5 losers finals. Winner of this last game moves on to face PataChu, currently sitting on the winner's side of Grands, awaiting the winner of this set, probably on with the Necrodancer, but still, it's looking all Amanita right now.
Absolutely beautiful opening. Oh, big counter hit to boot as well. Gonna be racking up that damage, and I don't think you even need to see the super to come out to get the kill. Amanita now on set point, sitting very comfortable on that burst gauge. Cuenca not too far off from their own, but you'd rather have that on the round start. Oh! Spaghetti?
A little bit, it's okay. The Bolognese is there on Cuenca's side. We'll be able to positive bonus ticking away. Try to probably look for stroke to RC. But Amanita just one step ahead in that regard. Does have to break the wall, and it's going to be a little bit scary for a little while because it's sitting on 100 tension.
You see the chase down here, using the meter to make herself safe, aggressive. Oh, preemptive burst just wants to keep Amanita locked in the corner. 5P anti-air attempt, but the Capel is going to punish that. Can't block out the mix just right. He sent away one final mix. TK Bad Moon RC for the pickup, and Amanita is going to clean it up. 3-2, eliminating Cuenca and moving herself into that grand finals loser side to face off against PataChu, who sent her down to the loser side at the beginning of the stream.
In a game 5 as well, just to make that point. Chat, we're down to the final 2 players here today, so make sure you're sharing the stream and doing the Matcherino, Matcherino in the chat. Let's make sure we get the codes all claimed up for the players here today. They are putting on an amazing show, and we're still only halfway through the codes, so let's get them done. Let's get them sorted.
I just put the Matcherino stream in case for all those people that for some reason have the stream muted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed, it is going to be Amanita versus PataChu, and like you said, it was a game 5 situation last, and if I can remember my goldfish memory, I think these were some pretty clutch situations that they faced off against each other. Got real close. So we'll see if the exhaustion or just the lack of play has finally caught up to either player. So far, it doesn't seem to be bothering Amanita already. Having to run that gauntlet and start off nice and aggressive, but rhythm game interludes is paying off nicely with PataChu.
I'm a bit wary of that tension that Amanita has at the moment. Still has to block the mix after the haircut. And it's definitely not the Ferrari of mixes. There's a sound strategy there. Oh, stomp though. Not going to be enough. Still need to find one more hit. Could even look for Chipp, but that's why we're seeing the FDs and the air-to-air JP connects.
That's my new king of gears right there.
Shouts to Cuenca, hitting us with the raid. Much appreciated. Amazing run.
Absolutely. Oh!
The ankle's broken.
Yeah, the double turbo fall. First one steal the corner, second one just to show that she knew you would go for a throw, but we've had enough. DP time out, here's a throw, put your ass into the corner. We're going to be running that jump in JK into the parent barrel, catching out as much damage as possible as well. That hard knockdown. We need that positive meter bonus running ASAP. I need another 50.
Backing off, kind of stall out in the air, but eventually just gets caught on the landing. PataChu just lurking on the ground like a shark, ready to bite and bite. He does. Takes game 1 here. Of course, PataChu only needs to win 1 set. Amanita, in order to win this week, so he needs to win 2 sets against PataChu.
See, there's a certain vibe that I can subscribe to, where people say like, oh, the losers run. That's the place for me. Just game after game after game after game. And that's all funny until you get to the grand finals where you have to win 6 whole games at the minimum. Right? So no, you just have to win 6 games.
Straight up. It's always interesting seeing the way some players will change up their styles just based on whether they're in like the winner's side or the loser's side.
They play with the confidence of having a safety net, or are they just playing ever more aggressive, you know, an animal cornered into their backs to the corner?
What's the wall type? PataChu gets the pickup, looking to try and go 2-0. Trying to get a huge lead in this set here. Dash back is clean. Oh, huge stomp, counter hit. Maybe look for a cheeky reset.
Oh, big driver loses to the tandem top. Oh, an Xrd Rev. Amanita here with a good bit of momentum. The BRC 5P bringing back down to the ground. Said he allowed you to take to the skies. We need to put you into the corner now. However, Beat Driver not able to get the whiff punish still. Finds a couple of P-normal hits there. Not going to be enough to confirm a combo from unlike this. Here from PataChu on the track to the corner, but immediately the press from Amanita. Gold enough to trade possibly all the HP away. She's not careful, looking for that final hit here to confirm the round.
I see, maybe just anticipation of a burst. Tried to make the read, didn't work out. Both players still sitting on full burst. PataChu finds the tag, happy just to let the special rock.
Oh my god.
Oh my days. The I.B. on the hair car.
Keeping her right inside of punishing range. Beautiful done. Beautifully done. 2-framer.
Check
2-framer input.
Check the MOT on that hair. Stop that. PataChu. 2-0 up. And to be fair, I think either way, even if he did get tagged by that hair car, he got the win of forcing that burst so late. So
yeah,
it would have got to like last round against the Millia with no burst, and you're still sitting on full burst. It's like,
yeah. Oh, and
oh,
just
oh my days. So it's a long start already.
Big fall here. However, able to bait the burst is going to help out a little bit. Not baiting, baiting out the DP, not baiting the burst in return. Gives PataChu the reset, and just like that, is it enough damage? Oh yeah, RTL will do the trick, and set point it is. No burst. But man, we got a round lead, so if things go to shit, we can still get our burst back. Okay.
Yeah. For real. I like the RTL just in case Tyrant Barrel was just slightly too far away for whatever reason and just didn't. Played it safer, no risk or reward. Has to hold on defense, almost held, but not quite at the end. Still, little shaker, not FD in. Wants to try and get to that 50 tension mark, and now we're at it.
Yeah, ooh, we see the air throw attempt, and this time a little too high, is not able to find the snack. We're gonna go down to another round still. Tournament point here for PataChu, but Amanita, a chance to survive.
I'm gonna take that kind of trade all day. Shuts down the Millia approach. We'll get the punish. Can't just empty Mirage like that. Red risk as well. You gotta be so careful.
With the risk. Oh, double wall assault just keeps it running. You don't need burst, we just need to keep you locked in the corner to chase down. Ah, and there it is. Big old damage coming out. Full swing, however, not getting the full pickup. But the hurt has been dealt. We're low on stamina, so the options are a little limited for the time being. We see PataChu instead.
Oh my. In the most PataChu way to close a set out. Clutches it out with the air throw to take it 3-0 in the end. PataChu. Too damn good at this game.
Holy.
Damn.
See, I'm very interested to see how the season of Arc World Tour will play out. Hoping that PataChu can definitely attend significantly more events thanks to the sponsor, as well as how he fares against some of the more international competition. We're thinking overseas type beat, right? Because we do see a premonition of a lot of the happenings of how the EU stuff plays out here on these online brackets. Of course, day of, anything can happen. And some names that typically avoid the online stuff do make their appearance. But still, you know, there's always the question, how is he going to stack up against NA? How's he going to stack up against JP? Daruino, right? Korea, also a good region.
He stacked up pretty well when he did go to NA. He got forfeit combo breaker. I think there was a lot of confidence in him doing well at EVO. And I think that's just the main thing. If PataChu actually stays healthy during this offline season, because that was just a major reason I think why PataChu didn't really make it. If PataChu was healthy and didn't miss out on the tournaments he did miss out on last year just due to being ill,
yeah,
he probably ends up qualifying onto the World Tour finals, to be honest, anyway. So I think he just, if he's nice and healthy, he's going to be an absolute menace in EU and EMEA brackets, all that kind of stuff.
Make sure to take your vitamins.
Yeah, exactly. But with that being said, whilst Ice gets all the things sorted, chat, make sure we're able to get a payout for PataChu by claiming those Matcherino codes, !Matcherino. Get them while they're hot. 24 codes left to go. That prize pool raised up for PataChu for that payout. Let's get it done. Let's get it sorted.
You don't have anything, you know, you wanna chill, stuff like that.
Go to Head Stomper.
Yo, Head Stomper?
Yeah, go to Head Stomper. I'll be there at the Boomer game section. Say hi. Maybe I'll find time to walk away. Who knows?
See me on the commander table, bro. If I got decks aplenty. You want decks? I got decks. You want decks?
Shit.
I got all the decks. It's crazy.
Yo, Jonesy, what's your pet deck? What does it do?
My pet deck, my fave deck is my Clement, the Worry Wart deck. It's a frog deck. It's I bounce frogs back and forth.
You
That's
bounce
what I do.
frogs. Alright.
I'll be bouncing frogs, mate. You're just not ready for it.
He do be bouncing some frogs. My
They
pet
be
deck
hopping.
is 8.5 tails.
Huh?
It's nice.
Goofy old card that gives makes spells white, not creatures, spells, and it can give stuff protection from white. And then it's an equipment deck, so you play all the swords and stuff that gives protection from white, and you just make stuff white. And then you win by getting a usually. And Raj molded so much. We played like a month ago. He molded so much from this. Because the way you win is you put the what's it called, the indestructible Darksteel armor on a creature.
Yeah.
Equipment that is indestructible gives indestructible. And then you also put World Slayer on that creature, which says every time you deal combat damage to someone, you destroy all permanents. But since you have one indestructible creature with an indestructible equipment, that means you destroy everything but the World Slayer and your own creature, and you just hit people for like 2 damage every turn and destroy all lands. It's very funny.
That's
I'm
cringe. Well, hold on.
Rifting the shit out of that, man. I ain't dealing with that out.
The white spells. Is it your opponent's spells as well, or just your own?
Do what?
The card that turns everything into white spells.
It doesn't turn. It's cost like 1 mana to turn anything into white.
Oh, anything, even your opponent's cards.
Yeah. So the
Centriplets
funny
angle?
part is
No
you can
way.
turn their spells white.
Okay.
So if they try and do like, I don't know, Doombolt you can do like, all right, the Doombolt is a white spell. I have protection from white. It fizzles. It's very funny.
Yo,
It's a silly. It's not like a good deck. But then you just basically try and tutor for that combo, and then it's very funny to kind of hit people for 1 damage every turn and until they give up.
Fair.
Yeah, it's like zoning, kind of. I think I like stacks as well. Stacks is probably my favorite archetype.
Axe?
Yeah, I'm a zoner.
such a zone. That's crazy.
I'm
I
just
was
looking.
thinking
I guess
maybe I could pull up and play some Magic, but I'll just avoid the ice table. I got it.
I'd hate you. I think
Bro,
I'd
playing
see you.
stacks.
Just-
We're all here. Everyone's there to have a good time playing some Commander. Bro was like, oh yeah, I play stacks. Wash your
This is,
hands immediately after shaking with ice.
I guess we're gonna go to PataChu, even though it's a music stream. That's fine. There you go.
Hell
That's
yeah.
my favorite card of all time. Death
I'm
Cloud.
not gonna click on that link just because
It is very funny.
I'm not your fan now. Just that simple. It's that easy.
Each player has X lives card, X card sacrifice to X creature. Oh, it's listed an X spell, so that's fine. You have to tap some mana.
A little fun.
Black doesn't have the best ramp.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's not even the right top 8.
Oh yeah, I didn't download the top 8, I guess. I just kind of added.
Fucking.
Sitting here talking about your evil ass decks instead of. All right, well, shout outs to Die. Congratulations on winning.
Yep, another
Fatal Fury
SaltyEU.
2. Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is. I don't think that's the most recent Fatal Fury bracket I had. That's crazy.
Yep.
Anyway.
Only thing fatal right now is the time. We all gotta go to bed, so we're rating
Look at all
PataChu.
those chips.
That is actually too many chips, yeah. And sins.
Concerning.
Hey, bruv, can I have some Sin and chips, please?
Oh.
Why did you go to ooh? What the hell?
Alright, yeah. I'm tired. We're gonna go. Have a good one. Peace out.
See you at Brussels. See you at Head Stomper. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.